Hello, annyeong, welcome back to another video. Sawa ka na bang mabuhay dyan sa Pilipinas? Lantaran na ang korupsyon, ang pagnanakaw. Pero patuloy ka pa rin nagbabayad ng tax. Baka naman napapaisip ka na rin mag-abroad. Kagaya ko, umalis din ako ng Pilipinas nung ako'y bata-bata pa. Kasi alam ko na mahirap po ang buhay sa Pilipinas. Kaya naman, baka makatulong itong video ko. I'll make a step-by-step guide kung paano po mag-apply ng EU Blue Card. Kung interested ka pang malaman kung ano ba yung EU Blue Card, panoorin nyo lang po itong video ito. If you're a Filipino and you're dreaming of working and living in Europe, this video is for you. So marami sa atin na nag-iisip kapag mag-abroad ka, magastos. Yes, tama po yun. Yung iba kailangan pa magbayad sa mga lawyer. Tapos ang daming gastos. From visa application hanggang sa matanggap ka. Yung iba pa nga bago makaalis, kailangan pang magbayad sa mga agencies. And sobrang mahal nito. Pero hindi ka alam ng karamihan. Meron pong way para makapag-Europe na hindi mo kailangan ng agencies. Hindi mo kailangan ng mga down payment or ng malaking pera ka para makapag-abroad. And ito po yung EU Blue Card. So sa videong ito, hopefully ma-explain ko ng maayos. Nandito po ako ngayon sa isang park. So ito yung mga typical na bahay dito. Kung hindi kayo nakatira sa mga condo or sa villa, ganito yung itsura niya. Meanwhile, itutour ko din kayo dito sa isang forest malapit sa bahay ko. So by the end of this video, hopefully madiscuss ko kung ano po ba yung EU Blue Card, paano po ba mag-apply ng work dito sa Europe, sino po ba yung mga qualified, and ano yung mga challenges and benefits nitong EU Blue Card. So kung interested po kayong malaman, just keep on watching habang naglalakad tayo dito sa forest. So kung matatandaan nyo, nandito ako nung kasagsagan ng winter. Ang kapal po ng yelo dito. Sobrang ganda po. So ano nga po ba yung EU Blue Card? This is a residence permit for non-EU nationals. So ibig sabihin yung mga tao na hindi po nakatira sa Europe. So let's say for example, if you're from Asia, Southeast Asia, from Africa. So pwede kayo mag-apply, pero yung mga nationals dito, hindi sila pwede. Ang weird, no? Tinawag siyang EU Blue Card but not for EU citizens but for non-EU nationals. So this EU Blue Card is for non-EU citizens, the professionals with very high skilled and experience. So this EU Blue Card will allow you to live and work in Europe, kagaya ng Germany, ng Netherlands, or ng Latvia, where I am currently living at. It's a small country which is emerging for tech and research. So yes, nandito po ako sa Latvia. Kung gusto mo naman ng mga more international yung environment, punta ka sa Netherlands or punta ka sa Germany, being largest economy sa buong Europe. And if you're in the tech industry, sa research, nursing, maraming opportunities sa Germany. So some important notes lang po for this EU Blue Card. This is not a short-term visa or work visa. This is actually valid for 1 to 4 years and it's renewable. So kung mag-a-apply po kayo and plano nyo magstay long-term, this one is for you. This EU Blue Card leads you to permanent residency, and one more good thing about this card is you can bring your family and you can invite them here for reunification. And with that, you can travel and live together within the Schengen country or the Schengen area. So, yeah, hindi po siya tourist visa, but you can also travel to other EU member states and Schengen area. So, napakagandang opportunity nito kung makakapag-apply po kayo dito. So, ano-ano po ba yung mga requirements? Number 1 po yung education. Dapat graduate kayo ng at least a 4-year course or a bachelor's degree. And sometimes they also consider kung meron kang more than 5 years of experience kahit wala kayong bachelor's degree. So that's number 1, yung education. So para sa education, dapat napatunayan nyo na meron kayong, of course, diploma na equivalent sa education system dito sa Europe. And kung meron kayong degree, kailangan ipa-verify nyo muna ito bago nyo isend sa employer kasi i-check nila kung equivalent ba yung degree nyo sa educational system dito sa Europe. Ang second requirement would be the job offer. So, kailangan meron po kayong employer dito and dapat isend ng employer yung approval mula sa immigration office nila dito. At ang ganda lang ng forest. Another important requirement po sa pag-apply ng EU Blue Card would be the salary threshold. So, kung meron ka ng job offer, kailangan masatisfy mo yung salary threshold. So, magkano po ba ang salary threshold? So, depende po yun sa host country. So, for example, nag-apply kayo sa Germany. Ang salary threshold po sa Germany for an EU Blue Card application is 58,000 euros per year. Sa Netherlands naman is 60,000 euros per year. And dito po sa Latvia is only 25,000 euros per year. It varies by job actually. Pero ang mga priority nila dito would be the highly skilled and yung mga may shortage like in the tech industry, sa research, engineering. So tip ko na lang po para dito sa salary threshold, mas mabuting i-check nyo po yung official immigration website or yung official country for the update dun sa salary threshold. So tara, akyat po tayo dito and let's continue our discussion kahit dumidilim na. Ang ganda lang po ng forest na to. I mean, hindi ako magsasawang maglakad-lakad at magmuni-muni. Sa ganda naman ng forest na to. So, ang fourth requirement will be the job relevance. So, upo muna ako dito sa isang bench dito. So, ang fourth requirement will be the job relevance. So, kunyari nasa healthcare industry kayo, kunyari nasa nurse kayo, dapat yung background and yung experience nyo is related sa nursing. Hindi kayo pwedeng mag-apply, kunyari, nasa IT industry kayo tapos mag-apply kayo na for nurse, di ba? Parang may mismatch na agad. It's the common sense. Para sa mga platforms kung saan ako nag-search ng mga jobs, ilalagay ko na lang po siya dito sa screen and sa description box. Nandyan ang LinkedIn, ang Your Access for researchers. Nandyan din ang Glassdoor. And marami pang platforms. Ilalagay ko na lang po dito sa description box. Ang easiest way would be to log on to their official website of the company na pwedeng mag-sponsor ng inyong EU Blue Card application. In my case, I searched directly dito sa aking research institute para i-check yung mga requirements. Yes, nakarating na po ako ng kagubatan dahil sa EU Blue Card. Now let's talk about the step-by-step application process. So paano po ba ako nakapunta ng Latvia? Siyempre nag-apply ako ng work and kailangan ipas mo yung interview. How to make your CV more competitive? Maglalagay na lang po ako ng prompt sa description box. Pwede nyo i-copy and paste yung current CV nyo and pwede nyo gamitin ng AI to improve yung quality ng inyong CV or ng resume. Ang first step para to break this boundary is kailangan makapasok kayo sa interview or sa shortlist para magkaroon kayo ng chance na matanggap sa trabaho. So yun, dahil meron ka ng job offer, ang next thing that you will have to do is to check yung salary. So, gaya ng nabanggit ko kanina, merong income threshold sa pag-apply ng EU Blue Card. So, based on my experience po, sobrang madugo yung application ko. It's not easy. Unang-una, ang hirap pong maghanap ng trabaho. Pangalawa, kailangan yung job offer mo, mataas yung salary para ma-meet mo yung threshold. It's not impossible. Lahat po ay posible. Kaya ayusin natin, simula pa lang sa pagsulat ng CV, ayusin natin yung content niya. Make it more competitive. Use all your resources like AI para mag-improve yung quality. And so base sa mga naging experience ko, kailangan ko pang pumunta ng Japan kasi wala pong embassy itong Latvia sa Philippines and South Korea. Kaya naman I have to apply sa Latvian consulate sa Japan, which is additional gastos. By the way, this is not sponsored by my company. Nag-apply po ako ng EU Blue Card and lahat po yan ay sa sariling kong gastos. Para po sa mga requirements, ang kailangan po is, of course, your passport, your diploma, tapos yung inyong CV, yung signed contract mula sa employer, and yung approval galing sa immigration office ng country na pag-a-applyan nyo. Nire-require din po ang health insurance and kailangan magbayad kayo upfront for 1 year. So, yeah, i-check nyo lang po yung specific details sa immigration office ng country na pag-a-applyan nyo ng EU Blue Card. So, regarding the certificates, kailangan po ay may apostille po siya and approve siya ng country kung saan nyo na-receive yung inyong bachelor's degree or PhD degree or master's degree. So, kailangan nyo ng apostille certification na magpapatunay na authentic yung inyong document at hindi galing sa recto. So gaya ng nabanggit ko, pumunta pa talaga ako ng Japan para isubmit yung aking application doon sa consulate or embassy of Latvia in Japan. Kasi po hindi nagpa-process ng visa application for long-term residency ang Embassy of Latvia in South Korea and in the Philippines. So all applicants na mag-a-apply ng EU Blue Card or long-term visa or D-visa, kailangan pang pumunta ng Japan sa Shibuya in Tokyo. So base sa naging experience ko po, ang tagal ng waiting period. Kaya nga po na-cancel na yung aming honeymoon ni Lighty dahil dito sa EU Blue Card application. So it took me around 3 months bago ko na-receive yung EU Blue Card. Another important note kapag magsasubmit kayo ng application, dapat may English translation po lahat ng inyong documents na isasubmit. Kasi kunyari, na-receive ko yung degree ko sa South Korea. It's written in Korean and it's an official Korean document. So you need to have an official English translation and kailangan din po ng apostille certificate galing dun sa Notary Public at saka sa Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So yes, mahabang proseso po yung pinagdaanan ko. Madaming documents na kailangan. So gaya ng nabanggit ko, marami pong benefits tong EU Blue Card application. Number 1 is you can work and live freely in the Schengen area. So kung ang host institution nyo ay, let's say for example, sa Germany, you can stay for more than a year. I think it's 18 months before kayo makapag-work sa ibang Schengen area or EU member state. You need to spend at least 18 months, I guess, para maging eligible kayo to work in other Schengen area. But it's not a requirement though. Kung satisfied naman kayo sa work situation nyo, hindi nyo na kailangan mag-move sa iba pang Schengen area. But in terms of travel, yes, you are eligible, you are qualified. Travel within any Schengen country, provided na valid yung inyong EU Blue Card. So with this EU Blue Card, you can also invite and bring your family. Since I have an EU Blue Card, I can also sponsor, invite my spouse. And kung meron akong children, pwede ko rin silang i-invite. Since wala po akong anak, of course, wala akong mai-invite. Hopefully soon. So generally, kung meron na kayong EU Blue Card and ang target nyo is to become a permanent resident dun sa host institution or sa host country, you need to spend at least 5 years. So that's the general requirement. And also, you need to pass certain language exam requirement. So kailangan maging fluent kayo dun sa language ng host country. So for example, sa Germany, of course German yung language nila. Sa Latvia, it's gonna be Latvian. Sa France, it's going to be French. So iba-iba. So in terms of career, you will have more benefits than the locals kasi nga nabanggit ko yung income threshold. Your income is going to be 1.5 times higher dun sa income ng locals. Malaki yung advantage nyo kung mayroon kayong EU Blue Card. So i-real talk ko lang kayo sa pag-apply ng EU Blue Card. It's not going to be easy because you will have to compete with global professionals and hindi rin po madaling maghanap ng job opportunities na pasok dun sa inyong skill sets, sa inyong trajectory. And also because of language requirement. Yung iba po, they require certain level of language ability. Let's say for example, German or Dutch. Pero sa akin po, wala po siya. So it really depends sa host country. So another challenge is going to be the cost of living. So is especially in Western Europe. Alam naman natin na mas mataas po ang cost of living lalo na sa Western Europe like France, Germany. But in my case, dito po sa Baltics, mas mura siya. I mean, it's not really cheap, but it's less as compared to other Western European countries. Culturally, marami din pong challenges, just like in my case. Kasi people are very reserved, they are very conservative, and they are introverted. So, mahirap pong humanap ng real connections and friends dito. But it's part of the process. I mean, mag-a-apply ka ba kung hindi mo gusto at hindi mo papanindigan? So yun, I'm going to wrap up the video here kasi obviously gumagabi na. So ako na lang yata ang tao dito sa forest. And yeah, kung gusto nyo ng follow-up video, and if you're dreaming of working here in Europe, just let me know in the comment section so I can provide a more detailed explanation and more specific requirements para mag-increase yung chances nyo na matanggap sa EU Blue Card application. So kung nagustuhan nyo po ang video ito, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye po.